in this episode, I'm going to be talking about my favorite characters from regular show. Yes, I have to do a video, an episode, talking about my favorite characters from regular show, which is up there of my favorite, not only Cartoon Network shows I've watched, but also cartoons in general that I have watched. I absolutely love regular show. Such a really good show, I definitely say, with a beautiful ending. I can definitely say. And yeah, there are quite a bit of characters that I really love, but I've only chose a certain amount of my absolute favorite, I would say. And yeah, starting with Rigby. Yes, I love Rigby. Which, yeah, obviously, or in the early seasons, you would think that Rigby is portrayed of as a like a jerk or something, right? But the more you watch the show, and later on, he becomes a really, really good character. He's got some really good moments, I would definitely say, making him a personal favorite of mine. And of course, we have his brother Don, right? And of course, his parents as well, which, yeah, I don't know exactly what to say about his parents. Obviously, they're not perfect, of course, especially his dad. But yeah, and of course, we have him and Eileen's relationship, which I just love their relationship. And of course, leading to the finale, right? The end of the show, where we actually see that, yeah, they actually ended up having kids, getting married and having kids. Like, just what a beautiful sight, I could just say. And yeah, Rigby definitely goes up there on my personal favorites. And yeah, even if he does have some really screwed up things, right? Like obviously, yeah, there's some things where it's like you can't really forgive him, but it doesn't stop you from loving his character, right? Obviously, yeah, he has done some terrible things, like for example, the whole movie, right? In the regular show movie, where he tricked Mordecai, right? Where Rigby got accepted, or saying that he got accepted and Rigby didn't. I mean, Mordecai didn't get accepted, but Rigby did. You know, doing that whole mess up thing. But it doesn't stop me from loving his character because he is a really good character, especially in the later of the show. Next, we have Mordecai, and yeah, once again with Rigby. I mean, in the early seasons, you think of him as the more mature, like mature-ish, like one, I guess you could say, and the more likable. And then for some reason, later on in the show, they definitely had to go down very hard with him, especially when it comes to his relationship status. I mean, think about it. The first early seasons, it was Rigby that was always terrible when it came to relationships, and Mordecai was doing great. But then they had to do a role reversal, when it came to him and his whole trauma with Margaret, and then when it came to CJ as well, right? And then that whole thing, which I still can't forgive him on. And yes, it doesn't stop me from loving his character, but a moment that I still can never forgive him about was that whole speech that he did in the whole end or dumped at the altar episode. I can still never forgive him for. And of course, him again in the final episode of the show, we see his wife, right? The girl that ends up actually being his wife and them having kids of their own as well. But yeah, another good character I do love. And of course, next is Pops. Yes, Pops. I had to put Pops on this. The legend of Pops, which he'll always be remembered. Pops will always be remembered for his sacrifice that he did in the end of the show. And of course, he always had such hilarious moments that I just absolutely loved. And again, him just always trying to pay with lollipops. Again, he was just such a very cheerful, likable character, I would say. Next is Skips, which, yes, I had to put Skips as well. Mark Hamill portrayal as Skips, absolutely amazing. And we do know that Mark Hamill is coming back to do Skips in the revival of regular show. And yeah, again, his whole story, him being immortal, and why his name is Skips, why he changed his name to Skips as well, which is pretty touching, I would say. And of course, we have his friends as well, which they are really good immortal friends to Skips. Definitely a really good character, I definitely will say, and one of my favorites. Next, we have Benson. And yes, he is another character I really enjoy, even if he does have anger issues. Like, he does have a lot of good moments that I really do enjoy, and amazing moments too, like how good he is at the drums, and of course, the whole him finally having somebody at the end of the show, right? Because obviously, once again, he is a character that has spent so long time alone in the show, and finally has Pam, right? Getting together with Pam, absolutely beautiful, I would say. Next, we have Muscle Man, which yes, Muscle Man is yet another one I really love. His relationship with Starla as well, and that whole, even though I really don't like the dump at the altar episode because of Mordecai's stupid speech that he did, but I really do love the whole wedding, right, where they got married. And again, at the end of the show, we see that they have kids of their own as well. Absolutely wonderful, I would say. And again, he's got so many really great moments that I really do love. And of course, I have to add some of the villains as well, like Antipops, especially with his whole voice. Absolutely love the choice of the voice for Antipops. I really did enjoy. Definitely one of my absolute favorites. And of course, Mr. Ross. Yes, I had to put Mr. Ross as well from, the regular show movie. I had to put him in this as well. And yeah, he was such a really cool antagonist, I definitely would say, in the regular show movie. And also, us seeing him as a little cameo, at the end of the seventh season, which was really neat. And of course, I have to add, which this isn't really so much of a villain, but Death. Yes, I had to add Death as well. I just love the voice and the design of Death as well. He's such a really cool character, I would definitely say. And again, there's lots of other characters, but these are my personal favorites and regular so. And again, I am very excited for the revival, right? For the new revival series of regular so, the Lost Tapes, as it's gonna be called. But yeah, I definitely like to know what y'all think. Let me know in the vote. And yeah, let me know what is y'all's favorite regular show characters.